Welcome back to the channel.
Today we are gonna do our first official stadium tour.
Yeah, so come get lost with us in Truist Park. We've made it out to the Battery. H&F Burger time. And the Atlanta Braves logo's pretty cool. The World Series ring, we'll go get a picture by that again. Nice, just chilling in the Battery, almost by herself. There's the Yard House. We've ate at a Yard House in Las Vegas, y'all. There's the stadium. If you're looking to where to start the actual tour, it's the right field gate. That's where you go in at. We're gonna do a little bit more exploring before we go. And there's the Battery Live, the Atlanta. It's a nice looking restaurant. Checking out around the stadium. There's the Roxy across the way. And a lot of construction going on because again, the season starts in a few weeks. Opening day plaque on Truist Park. That's what we're looking at when we go to the stadium. Look at that beast. Looking good. So when you get here, you don't actually go into the right field gate. You just come to the sign, and if you try to go in, they'll yell at you, so be cautious there. Friendly Atlanta atmosphere. Starting the tour in the executive offices. This is what it looks like for the executives to come in every day. Max Fried still on the window, even though he's a Yankee now. They made it in the stadium. They're working on the grass down there. Look at that. That's really cool.
With a battery, you can get here 2 to 3 hours before the gates even open and find a place to go. And then when they get
we're in the press box.
I'm here going into further detail on the ballpark.
Wow, check out the press box.
Help yourself.
That's what she looks like. This is a view of the field.
These windows for the press on a nice night or a nice day. Press box and in the lobby.
I'm at Telemundo.
Where they're going to sit before they come in.
Who are you? You're visiting media. I'm Telemundo.
Press usually gets here. Let's say the game's at 7:20, and we're in Ernie Johnson Jr. and Skip Carey. Now Chip was Skip's son, and of course Skip's dad, Harry Carey of Chicago Cubs WGN fame. A lot of people don't know this, but Chip's son, Chris, just completed his first year as announcer for the Oakland A's, or soon to be the Sacramento A's, I guess. But so 4 generations of Careys have been announcing Major League Baseball.
Coca-Cola Corner. That's pretty cool. We were just in the press box. He was saying that all the glass ones next to the big press box you are the TV. So it starts out with visitors, goes to the home team, and then it goes to the big guys like ESPN and stuff. And then the blinds ones are where they control the scoreboard, where the organist is the far one, and then the inside one is just kind of all the tech and stuff inside the stadium. Pretty cool. There's just a take pic here. That's pretty cool. This is the drum. So when they beat the drum, there's a little ladder next to it, and they actually get on top of the drum and beat it, and that's what they play through the stadium speakers. One of the interesting non-Braves things that he talked about is that big building in the distance is an 80-story building for a TK elevator, and it actually has elevators in it that go, they're Wonka elevators. They literally go up, down, side.
Any which way you can think of.
And it's just amazing. I mean, look at them. You can see them moving now. There's apparently like 4 or 5 different elevator shafts in there, going up and down. I mean, really amazing. And now to Coke Corner. Where to next? You ever wonder how they get the carts up here? We're going to one of the big elevators. Look at all that stuff.
Here in Atlanta, so they're a great organization.
That's going to be the new kids area down there. If you watch our previous game, it used to be on the right side. Here's a suite inside the Xfinity Club. Look at this. That's nice. I got the outside seating area too. That's a really cool place. Look at this. And you get your own big TV. I don't know why you even just watch the game, but in case you want to see stats or anything. These are replica Gold Gloves and jerseys over here. Oh, Greg Maddox, Snicker, Cox. There's the managers, Joe Torre, Bobby Cox, Brian Snicker.
Then our current coach, Brian Snicker. Brian is in his last year of a contract this year, 2025. A lot of people didn't know much about Brian when he came up, but he had been with the Braves his entire career. He actually was a catcher, drafted by the Braves when he was young. Right out of college, he only played a few years in the minors, never made it past single A. And he asked the Braves at that time if he could stay on in a management capacity, and they gave him a roving instructor assignment, which is like nothing. But anyway, he worked in the minors almost 40 years before he got the opportunity on a one-year contract in 2016. And he proceeded to win 6 NL East championships in the World Series. So he's done a great job. Not quite as feisty as Bobby, but players love him as well. Back in the 90s, as you remember, when the Braves really started coming on strong, it was Glavine, Maddox, and Smoltz. Tommy Glavine from the Boston area. He's on a lot of local broadcasts now with Gordon, and Nikowski does a great job. He also was a great hockey player. He had an offer from the NHL when he had a baseball offer too. He chose baseball. Greg Maddox, of course. Greg still holds the record, all-time record for Gold Gloves as a pitcher. 18 of them. Nobody's ever known anymore. He lives in Las Vegas. He has for a long time. He is helping his brother Mike, who is the pitching coach for the Texas Rangers now. Prior to that, he was college coach for UNLV in Vegas. And then John Smoltz, of course, came out of the bullpen, become a Brave starter. He's the only player ever to have 200 wins and 150 saves in the same career. And he's had a great broadcasting career. He's on Fox as one of the lead commentators for the World Series now. He also is a great golfer. He played on the PGA Senior Tour when he retired from baseball. And then Chris Sale, of course, just got it. Congratulations to him. But he not only got that, he won a Gold Glove for pitchers for the NL. He also won what we call the Triple Crown. You've heard of Triple Crown in hitting. There's a Triple Crown in pitching. That's most wins, most strikeouts, and lowest ERA. He won that too. So he had a heck of a year, and he's pitching really well in spring training right now. So hopefully Strider comes back and we can kind of put it down again.
Dave Justice rookie is
Moving to
there.
more modern times, Bob Horner hit 4 home runs in one game.
Mafia for call.
He hit the game winner,
Greg
a
Kimball.
home run in Game 6 against the Cleveland Indians in 1995.
Refurbished, sweet. Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Wow.
Most of them are about half of this size.
Look at this. Look at your view from there, sweet. That's amazing. Look at this thing. Wow. We're still in the Xfinity Club. Macy said this is how she wants to spend her games. She bougie. There's a championship ring.
Okay, this is Monument Gardens. This is our museum, if you will, on the Braves. This
Our
is
favorite
open
area.
when the gates open, roughly 2 hours before first pitch. It's a great place to come if you want to spend some time before the game to kind of see what's new. Silver Slugger and the Gold Glove is by position, so that's why you see so many names. So even back in the day before we had the DH, a pitcher could win a Silver Slugger and they could still win a Gold Glove. That's why Greg Maddox still holds the record for Gold Glove. We had 3 individual Silver Slugger awards back in 2023, Riley, Olson, and Acuna. And we won the Team Silver Slugger Award, which was the first time Major League Baseball did that. And then the Gold Glove, again, by position, we didn't have any in 2023. But Chris Sale, of course, won one as a pitcher in last year.
He's on both.
And then last year's Rookie of the Year for the best young player, of course, we've had Harrison Acuna, which is a pretty good take for 5 years. So these 2 are voted on by the players, or the coaches and managers, but they can't vote for somebody on their own team. And the other 3 are voted on by the Baseball Writers Association.
That's the Dale Murphy Silver Slugger. Maddox, the
Okay, back there.
MVP.
All housed down at this level.
We're at field level. Look at all that stuff.
Area, and refills are on the third base side.
That's so
Right,
cool.
clubhouse and locker room. We'll
The
go
clubhouse,
into the dugout.
right there.
We'll go through the Delta Club first, and then we'll go down behind home plate and then get into the dugout.
Oh, we get to go in the clubhouse, yeah. This is the Delta 360 Club. Nathan says, as much as we spent on Delta, we should get in here for free. Oh, it even smells good, dude. They're making some food down here. Look at this place.
3 or 4 years ago, it actually blew out, expanded to dessert bar, 51-foot
They're on the
bar.
Delta Lane.
Yeah, wristband
Cool.
concept, right? Anybody can drink.
Here we go. We're getting ready to go out. So these are the kind of seats we're going to have in our Dodgers game in a couple weeks. So definitely subscribe if you want to see that. This is where that Delta 360 Club comes out to.
This is the ones for the Dodgers game because the Dodgers game have like a table in front of them.
This is what they look like, yeah.
But look at how comfy these seats
Yeah, they're nice and cushioned. No snipping on the grass, yeah. Look at this. Look at this. We are directly on the field, John. Going into the dugout. Oh, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. So usually they go to the locker room. There's where all their bats, batting gloves, all that stuff, batting helmets. And here are the seats. Look at that. There's the seats where the players play. There's a net. See, back in the day, you used to be able to like roll balls over and get them signed or peek over, but now the safety. Here are the phones. Because they can't use cell phones, they have to use landlines. There's the bullpen phone. Imagine how many times Snickers picked that up to call the bullpen. Replay, press box. That's so cool. I touched them, y'all. I touched them. Yeah, I showed the bat box anyway. It has their numbers on it, so that's whose bat it is.
So we can determine what when the storm's coming. If the rain delay is in order, we
That's
can
the
work
weather
out.
room, the first one. Oh, that's the exam room where they get hurt.
Facilities up top. Here's the 2 batting cages.
Oh, we're going to see the batting cages. Here are the batting cages.
So obviously, if a pitcher or a hitter is going in and it's in the middle of the game, he can come in here and take some swings to warm up.
Look at
Or
that.
if he chooses not to
That's so cool.
practice outside with the rest of the team.
That's really good.
This is also where they can analyze the swing. You won back in 2020.
So there's what it looks like.
The 2023 team when they clinched in Philadelphia.
Look at that. That's really cool. That's what the... And there are 2 batting cages down here. One on the visitors. Check out this stuff. This is really cool.
The skipper's office, Walt Weiss, the traveling secretary, they're all office down here. And here we have the raised locker room. You can go all the way up to the rope there.
Now we're going in the locker room. Look at it. So cool. Look at this.
So obviously they're in spring training. Once the team is finalized in a couple of weeks, they'll put their name plaques above each locker. The veterans generally get the same locker every year. And then they'll redistribute the rest of them.
Look at this area. Look at nice little seats. This is so cool.
The showers and the wet areas are in the...
And that's the shower over there. That's what I just said. But yeah, one last look of it. Look at all that. Here's the cafeteria for the eat at. So there's a video and game room right through there. This is the cafeteria. Look at that. That's where all the players eat. They have like their own personal chef.
This begins the training area.
This is their video room right to the right there. So this is their training room coming out. Look at all this stuff. Cold plunges, water treadmills. Wow. And it just keeps going down this hallway where the cafeteria was. And they have 2 doctors down here.
Very qualified trainers.
Training room for you.
This is the other end of the training room, and as you can see from the facility, they can treat pretty much anything short of hospital.
Look at this hallway. It's just Braves history right here, yeah. Oh, they already got sail on the wall.
You can go into the rope area again, take some pictures if you like.
Made it to the Braves training room. This is what it looks like. Look at all that. Peloton bikes. And then it goes right outside.
Okay, we're gonna head to below the chop and then we'll be done on the, then.
Now we're going to below the chop.
Laundry area right here.
There's their x-ray room and then laundry room. This is a really cool tour, yeah. So when they do the press conferences right here.
Interview on TV is being conducted in this press conference room right here.
Oh, that's cool. We don't get to see the press conference room, but it's just basically a bunch of chairs in front of a table. Look at all this piping and stuff. This is how the stadium runs, y'all. Here's the below the chop house. So if you're watching the game.
The countertop are drink chillers. They turn to 38 degrees Fahrenheit before the game.
Oh, that's
You have a
cool.
port for your electronics below. Bathroom behind you. Boom, you're in here for the game.
That's so cool.
You'll be sitting right behind Ronald Acuña Jr. hopefully this year. So,
This is how close you get. You can literally touch the field almost through the fence here.
of course, you got 90 feet.
And this is right field in case you've never seen the game. This is right field down the first base line. Look at that.
So you got any questions?
Just went up some stairs, y'all. Got a good workout. But now we're in the chop. Home of the tomahawk chop.
And the chop house are tickets too.
Yep.
Those are purchasable tickets.
Yeah. You don't just show up and go to the restaurant. And there's the battery right there. It smells good out here, y'all. There's the chop house. There's the views on the field. You can see the tours coming behind us. You like the tour?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Well, we completed the stadium tour and it was amazing, yo.
Yes, 10 out of 10. I would definitely do that tour again. I feel like every tour guide's probably going to have their own spin and their own little like book of facts, I guess you could say. Like they all have their own little stories to tell about it, and we're definitely thinking about going back again at some point.
Yeah, the cool part if you go during spring training is that you actually do get to see the locker room and stuff. If you go during the regular season, you're not able to see that because that's where the players and stuff are. So do know that ahead of time. That's definitely a legit tip. And we got lucky and we're able to see everything. I loved it. The knowledge that they gave from just like the little things like the elevator company off the campus to the whole like building a new Marriott. And then the information that they had from an insider seeing like the Hall of Fames and stuff in the back areas. Really, really cool. And definitely enticed us to want to go to one of the Delta 360 lounge games.
Yeah, so we definitely have that on our bucket list for hopefully a game this season to go check out the Delta Sky 360. And then there's also a few there's like a Lexus lounge like box thing that you can rent. And then there's a few other lounges that we may check out in future games. But first one is going to be the Delta Sky Club 360. It was really cool getting down into the dugout, getting out on the field. Now, we couldn't actually go out onto the grass. That part is fine. But we were able to be like right down on the gravel, which was really cool. And also getting to see behind the scenes where all the players train and the locker room. I mean, that was just chef's kiss. Super cool.
Yeah, definitely a legit tip. Know ahead of time. It is a little bit of walking. It's like 1.5 miles. There are some stairs. So if you do have mobility issues, they do have elevators and stuff, but just let them know ahead of time so that you don't have to do that. But it was a really great tour. I loved it, honestly. And for $30, you can't beat it.
Yeah, and it really gets you hyped up for the season, or maybe if you're wrapping up the season. I think it was perfect. And honestly, they're not really that bad priced either from what I understood. So just make sure you book in advance because they do sell out fairly quickly.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on our tour.
A lot of people.
So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come and get y'all for the next one.
Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
We just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, would you please consider hitting that subscribe button as it helps us reach a wider audience and helps our channel grow even further. To those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, we just wanted to say a huge thank you for always being there and supporting our channel. We cannot wait to take you guys on our next adventure, so we'll see you guys in the next one.